some extent agree to what you said, is there is no revenue to be made from the people who are at the bottom of the pyramid. Now, if the NUE comes in, again they will service the same set of customers which are already being, given multiple products, and there are too many choices given to them. So I don't know how this is going to be a great initiative, in the payment space. So what is your perspective on that? Because if it is going to be, because it clearly looks for me that it's going to be a competition for NPCI. And then there is being talked about collaboration should happen between how can two competitors collaborate, by sharing the data, sharing the information. So it's a little confusing proposition. That's what it looks like for me.
I think a couple of things to address from what you're mentioning. First is clearly, whether it is RBI or the government, they think that an additional NUE. Remember, NUE is first. Let me go back to, and there's nothing new about NUE. While there's a guideline, I'll draw your attention to the fact that even absent the guideline, let us say you as Vikas wanted to set up an NUE, you could have approached RBI even otherwise. If you look at the guideline, has not specifically carved out a new situation for anybody. It says anybody under a certain section of the PSSA Act can go make an application. That section existed even prior to this. So it's not that anything happened. I would think that given that nobody's actually done an NUE in the last 5-6 years, RBI specifically come out of the guideline saying, Baba, dekho, Act may have created a provision, please somebody come and do it. That's just one thing. I do also hear a lot of chatter around, why don't we take national pride in one of the NUs and why are we looking at elsewhere, right? But I simply look at this. If you think of NPCI is a domestic entity. Who are its shareholders? Right? There are 2-3 buckets. I don't know if people know. Most foreign banks are shareholders in NPCI. There are public sector banks, there are private sector banks, there are fintech, there are foreign banks. Right? It's a diversified shareholding. Even foreign banks are shareholders. Most people would know that if you take the top 3 private banks in India, a majority, more than 60-70% of the shareholding lies in foreign investors' hands, so to speak. So when you think of domestic institutions, why even that? Look at the more recent, let's say, retail fintech brand. Paytm is obviously the largest, but when you take any of the retail payment fintech brands, ownership-wise, most of it is foreign. We are just putting a name or a founder or identification as an Indian. So capital backing it is foreign. So I think one thing needs to be clear, that from a conversation around where is benefit going, right? In the ultimate sense of where is wealth getting created, whether if you take an HDFC bank, whether you take a Paytm, whether you take any of these institutions, wealth creation is 60-70% going to belong to the foreigners in any case. That's India's tragedy, right? Domestic capital doesn't come. But structurally going back, first question, addressing the question of competition equivalent, it's the same shareholders of NPCI, all of whom are coming together in different avatars to create NUEs. So structurally, value is not going anywhere. Let me take Bank A as an example. Bank A is an investor in NPCI. Bank A is also promoting another NUE. From a shareholder of Bank A's perspective, you're diversifying risk and saying, I have full commission grid works. So I don't think this needs to be seen in the light of, does it compete against a domestic institution? Because everybody else, the NUE is also another domestic institution. It is just a alternative portfolio investment, so to speak, for the bank. Now to the question of, is it needed or not? Right? You think of it this way. Prior to NPCI, nobody thought NPCI was needed. Who thought NPCI was needed, right? NPCI, if you look at the history of it, started because RBI said, I don't want to do ECS. ECS I need to park away, because there was then the vision statement document said RBI need to focus on policy, somebody should do the operations. Then after it was formed came the entire, let's say, controversy around the ATM transaction withdrawal fee, foreign networks, and therefore came the ATM switching work. Then came the domestic card network. But going back thinking, prior to formation in a forum like this, nobody would say, kya zarurat hai? There are A network, B network, sab kuch hi theek chalta hai. So there's obviously some amount of vision involved when somebody says you need something new, and one has to, in this case, I would clearly agree with the view of RBI saying, yeah, have one more. It helps the ecosystem in various, maybe innovation. What it may not do, it depends on the objective, right? If you're solving for concentration risks, one thing to understand about NUE people, if you're solving for concentration risk, I'm not sure it does that. One of the themes that has been playing up a lot in the media, and also from what one sees in the media in RBI's mind, is in the digitally connected world, payments being important, customers have extremely low threshold points with respect to failures. Transaction kiya nahi hua, so I will start writing to the ombudsman, to RBI governor, to the PM, right? That's the customer mode per se. And therefore, all of it hits RBI. Therefore, RBI gets visibility. What I mean with this, RBI gets visibility to all that is happening. One of the concerns possibly could be, are we dependent too much on one network? In any format. Could be for UPI, could be for a card, could be for ACH. Does an NUE solve for this concentration? I'm not sure. Unless you mandate interoperability of a product. And by that, let me give an example. Again, just taking names of brands, not with respect to saying, but just to make an example, right? Today, if a Visa network is down or a MasterCard network is down, can you process a Visa card through NPCI? Or alternatively, if NPCI's RuPay network is down, can you process a RuPay through Visa or MasterCard? Structurally, you cannot. Taking the example further, if RBI's RTGS system is down, can you process RTGS through anybody else? Answer is you cannot. So each network, when it creates its products, it's the only network through which it can go, because that's the network and that's how the networks work. So when you now think of an NUE, it will create its own set of products. It's not going to take away something from somebody else. It will create its own product and build from there. It's about giving maybe people an alternative option. Nobody thought that NPCI could create options. It turned out they created options. Maybe NUE will create greater options, maybe for the bottom of the pyramid, as you were saying.